I'll be talking about Nikola Motors' last chance for survival. Make sure you stay till the end so you don't miss out on the insanely fraudulent actions of Nikola Motors and their situation now. You'll be absolutely shocked. Nikola Motors first going public. Do you know when Nikola Motors went public, its founder Trevor Melton sold $17 million worth of shares? Do you know that he claimed Nikola is producing 3 gigawatt electricity at their headquarters, which was false? Do you know that Nikola misled investors by showing a video of a Nikola truck going on the highway, but the truck was not operational, it was only going downhill? Nikola fired back at a report by an analyst with a short position on the company's stock that accused it of being an intricate fraud, denying its findings and retaining a high-profile law firm for a possible legal response, yet Nikola's shares fell further on Friday. The hydrogen truck maker said it has nothing to hide in, and we will refute the allegations. Nikola also hired Kirkland and Ellis LLP, a law firm that often works with automakers, to evaluate potential legal recourse with respect to the activist short seller of any others acting in concern. Nikola's core business is to be semi-trucks powered by hydrogen fuel cells and batteries, and a network of fuel stations to power them. The hydrogen is to be made by Nikola, relying mainly on electrolysis to extract the element from water, using renewable electricity. The company has 14,000 orders for the emission-free trucks, with plans to begin delivering hydrogen models in 2023. Prior to that, it will sell battery-powered trucks produced with partner Iveco in Europe and is building a plant in Arizona to produce its Nikola 1, 2, and 3 models. Nikola founder and executive chairman Trevor Melton is out of the company after his deception has been exposed, and the company is starting to feel pressure from all sides. Nikola is currently in hot water after a recent report from Hindenburg Research made several allegations exposing deception by Nikola and its founder, Trevor Melton, including claims corroborated in previous reports from Electric and Bloomberg. For the most damaging one, they claimed that they faked the first video of their hydrogen truck driving. The company even admitted to it without issuing an apology, and instead, they claimed their deception was fine due to a technicality. Melton still owns about 20% of Nikola's shares, worth around $2 billion. However, Nikola's stock price is down more than 25% in pre-market trading, following the news that Melton is out. Update: 20% down and over $2 billion market cap erased. Nikola is also reportedly facing props from the SEC and Dodge regarding their pattern of deception that is coming to light. Electric vehicles. Tesla has been the main stock market headline in the electric vehicle business, becoming the most valuable car company in the world, and passing Visa to become the 7th largest US company by market cap. But almost as popular amongst EV company value news this year has been Nikola Motor, the innovative new energy truck maker founded by Trevor Melton. When Nikola and VictalQ Acquisition Corp closed a merger on June 3rd, the combined company hit nearly $29 billion in value by June 9th, although more recently the high was more like $18 billion. Nevertheless, it was a startup fairy tale to rival Tesla's. But then revelations by forensic financial analyst Hindenburg Research on September 10 claimed Nikola is an intricate fraud, and Nikola's value started tumbling. If you have been in the tech business for a while, you'll be filled with a tremendous sense of déjà vu. Hindenburg already made the comparison with Theranos, which is the most recent top headline company investigated for fraud by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. GM steps in. Just 2 weeks ago, GM CEO Mary Barra and Nikola's Trevor Melton held a joint press conference where they announced a $2 billion partnership, where GM would take 11% of the startup. We asked GM if any of the recent news would affect their decision. Negotiations are still underway for the deal between GM and Nikola. The companies missed their September 30th initial target date for finalizing the agreement. Nikola's share price has been battered by the fraud allegations, with shares of Nikola down 53% since the partnership was announced. It was reported that GM might take a bigger stake in Nikola, given the fact that Nikola's share price has dropped since the deal was announced. GM's proposed 11% stake was worth about $2 billion when the deal was pinned. Now it's worth less than half that much. Our transaction with Nikola has not closed, a GM rep said on September 29. We're continuing our discussions with Nikola and will provide further updates when appropriate or required. The official story is that Melton was asked to be removed, We know that stepping down voluntarily is often something employed to save face when executives in these situations have been forced out. While he still owns over 5% of the company and will have to report his quarterly ownership in Nikola, he might not have to report his transactions as they happen, now that he's not an active officer or an insider anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts unloading his position and without having to report his sales of the stock. That would make it a lot easier. Hopefully, the Sick and Dodge are going to be able to get most of that money back at some point. Why would anyone buy a vehicle from them now knowing that the whole company started based on a web of lies? Nikola Motors issues. Nikola Motors has no manufacturing. Building a prototype of something is one thing, and producing that product in a factory on a massive scale is another thing. Nikola Motors have not shown us any HFC technology prototype yet, let alone make it on a large scale. As of today, they sourced a few HFC from a third party and retrofitted them into their vehicle. Nikola Motors has zero software. Software is a critical part of an electric vehicle. However, the way Trevor Melton described the software in their vehicle in the following video is embarrassing. Slow-going sales. Although Nikola touts reservations for 14,000 fuel cells electric trucks that it says are worth about $10 billion of sales, those are far from done deals. The company told prospective investors in April that it was negotiating with strategic fleet partners to convert pre-orders into building contracts with deposits. For Nikola, a contract with America's largest original equipment manufacturer by sales boosted credibility, Wedbush Analysis said, and its shares prices. Following the announcement, Nikola's stock price jumped 53%, Markets Insider previously reported. For GM, the deal was supposed to pay for itself. Nikola would pay GM $700 million to engineer and manufacture the Badger, and in turn, GM could show off its Altum battery in the new truck and collect 80% of the emissions credits for the vehicle. As part of the deal, GM would also be the exclusive provider of fuel cells for Nikola's semi-trucks excluding Europe. 2 days later, Hindenburg Research released the explosive report, Nikola, How to Parlay an Ocean of Lies into a Partnership with the Largest Auto Original Equipment Manufacturer in America. Hindenburg Research announced that it gathered extensive evidence that it said indicated that Nikola is an intricate fraud, built on dozens of over the course of its founder and executive chairman Trevor Melton's career. On September 10, the firm has a short position in Nikola, which means that it stands to profit if Nikola's share price goes down. The report said that Nikola made false or misleading claims about having battery technology, natural gas wells, solar panels, and hydrogen production capabilities. The report also said that while Melton claimed Nikola designed key components of its vehicle in-house, the technology was actually licensed or bought it from third parties. In addition, Hindenburg Research said that Nikola's presentations of its semi-truck, the Nikola One, were a total farce. During one event, the electric vehicle company claimed that the truck's electric systems worked, but Hindenburg's report said that there was an electric cable under the stage secretly powering the truck. Whether Nikola Motor will take a place on this pantheon of shame is still very much up in the air. The Hindenburg Research claims seem conclusive and damning when you first read them, until you get to the end and see which way their interests lie. Now that, unsurprisingly, lawyers are involved, it could be many months or even years before the complete truth comes out. But just as the online revolution had the dot-com bubble burst in 2000, leaving many corporate casualties, the EV revolution has clearly now reached a point in the infamous Gartner hype cycle, where expectations are massively inflated. Some of today's companies will succeed, like probably Tesla. Some have already failed despite having promising products, like the original Fisker Automotive, and others are just frauds who never had what they promised. We will eventually find out if Nikola Motors is truly in the last category at some point. But even if you're not a stockholder yourself, it's definitely going to be fun watching the story develop. While you're here, go ahead and click one of these videos on your screen, and see you there!